Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Aaron Halterman, Magic here with you for Dudes Who Bet Daily. And Aaron, how you doing, buddy?
Not good. Not good. Will you explain something to me?
I'll try.
How does a public Wi-Fi at Starbucks function better than anybody in Heather's family? Will you explain that one to me?
I can't. I really can't.
It can't. This Wi-Fi at Starbucks can't be that fast. But it is lightning fast compared to what I've done the last two times. Like, okay, I tried to do it at the house, didn't work again. Went over to the sister. Sister's like, "Oh yeah, we got fast Wi-Fi." Doesn't work. You can see the people. I'm not lying. I'm at the fucking thing again, the parking lot.
Well, listen, we're gonna get the day going better for you because we got plenty of winners to give out here, and thank you for your patience waiting for us. Aaron, I know Saratoga's got they've got their action going on today, but do you want to just jump right into our best bets?
Whatever you want to do. It's your show today.
It's my show today. All right, we're running by the seat of our pants here, but I'm going to start off. I'll go ahead and just share it here. I'm going to start off with Winnipeg at Montreal and CFL action go -5.5 for Winnipeg. Some fun trends for you here. The Winnipeg Blue Bombers, they are the favorite to defend the CFL Grey Cup. They're currently 4-0 against the teams with a losing record against the spread, teams with a losing record, they're 4-0 against the spread facing them here. And Montreal only have 2 wins on the season. They're looking pretty rough. The Bombers are also 6-2 in their last 8 games on Thursday, so that's a fun fact. And they're 3-1 against the spread in their last 5 games overall. So I really love the way that they're playing. Montreal, their season is done. The players are already kind of giving up. This is the first of a back-to-back. They're going to play Winnipeg next week here. I expect Montreal to get trounced here and just have no energy. So I'm going to roll with Winnipeg -5.5 here for some CFL action. It's starting to trend up towards -6. So if you want to play it, get in on it quickly there.
I was actually talking to our friend Sylvain, who I met last weekend at Saratoga, and he was talking a little CFL action to me. And he said, yeah, Montreal sucks. They've sucked for a long time. It's been a while since they've been good. So, hey, I'm on it. Winnipeg, -5.5. What time's that game start, Magic?
Oh, shoot. I got the game right here. 7:30 Eastern.
Oh, I'll be all over it.
4:30 Pacific. So, yeah, I'll be able to watch it, too, before the kid gets home. All right. Papa Dude, he's got some Major League Baseball action. And I know that Kevin says he's here for the Papa Dude baseball pick anyway. Time to start on the hype train. He's going Atlanta Braves and New York Mets under 8. Aaron, I went and punched in the bet right before the show started. I actually had it 8.5, so that's even better here. So it means 8 was not a push for me. Do you have any thoughts on this game?
Yeah, he just likes a pitching matchup to go under here. And also, it's like this is a huge game between these two of the better teams in the league fighting for the division. And he just thinks it's going to be a pretty slow, or not slow, I should say, a pretty tightly contested game. And he just thinks it's going to go under. So I thought it was a good bet as well. 8.5, even better. I don't know. Could be a bad sign for us if people are playing that over. But hey, I'll stick with Papa Dude. He picked a dog yesterday in Philadelphia and they won. So let's make it 2 for 2. You see down at the bottom, man, we had with 3-1 record. I was the only one that lost. And I do feel like a loser sitting at Starbucks every morning doing this. But anyway, he's going. He likes a pitching matchup. He thinks it's going to be a tight game today.
I don't know if we should even count yours because didn't the horse go off at odds less than what we ever are allowed to give out? So could you technically say that you shouldn't have played that because it went below 3-5?
Sure did. Yeah, I think it was 1-2 and ran like 8-1 shot. So got pressed. Yeah.
We got another horse race here. We'll get to that. Let's do that real quick. I'll give you more time on your pick here. Mike Somich is going to Del Mar, race 8 today. The number 10 horse. And a big reason he's playing this is because Robertino Diodoro, first off the claim, taking advantage of that very lucrative ship and win program that Del Mar has. And Diodoro has not been quiet about saying he's going to be very aggressive with his horses, trying to win because of all these advantages that they're offering him. So it's working field size wise, and maybe it's going to work out betting wise here, Aaron.
I hope so. I like this horse as well. Almost put him as my bet as well. Got him. I think I singled in the late pick 5 and then played 2 horses in the late pick 4. I think this horse is going to be really tough. I saw the same kind of things that Somich saw here. It definitely looks like, and if you follow Diodoro, you know when he's dropping to get rid of one and when he's dropping to pick up a purse, maybe get claimed. And this bonus just makes it that much better. So I'm 100% with Somich. I told him when he texted us this morning as a good pick. I think that horse is going to be really tough to beat at Del Mar.
This is a horse that claimed for $50K and drops in for $20K. And you would think like, oh, shoot, why is it, a $30K drop? That's a really big thing. But that ship and win program, if he wins this race or gets second with this horse even, it'll more than make up for that $30,000 loss. So there's, he's smartly playing the game here. I appreciate how he's gaming the system. It's working.
Yeah, I mean, these guys that are claiming trainers and experts at it, however you want to think about how they get to be experts, but they're very good at it, let's say. They understand the conditions. They understand what that bonus means, and they understand how they can drop and still make money. So I don't think he's worried about it. If the horse gets claimed, they're going to be in good shape. If the horse doesn't get claimed and wins, they're still going to be in good shape because they can run back. So, yeah, I mean, you're seeing some of the sharper claiming trainers try to take advantage of this. And, that's a horse, Diodoro usually sent all of them to Saratoga that he thought could compete at like the higher tracks. And he's kind of split them this year. And that's why, because Del Mar has offered this. And so this definitely is one that kind of just fits exactly what Del Mar was wanting when they made the stipulation with the ship and win program.
And it is working. They actually, what was it? Saturday's card. They had, they filled all 10 races that were in the condition book, and they added an 11th race. Like, this is Kentucky level shit. I was like, we're doing this in California? So it kind of annoys you a little bit when you see this happen. Del Mar's great, and we get to Santa Anita and 4 or 5 horse fields. But listen, Del Mar's got great fields. We'll focus on that for now.
Yeah, well, listen, Santa Anita's got to follow suit, right? Yeah. You and I have been talking forever. It's like you got to get some of those lower claiming trainers out there that have a big stable. And if you do, you're going to get fuller fields. Are they like the greatest fields you've ever seen talent-wise? No. But are they good betting fields? Yes.
And that's what we want.
That's what people care about, So, yeah, they've done a hell of a job so far. I hope they can keep it up.
Listen, we started with some CFL action. We're going to end with some NFL action. The first NFL game of the season. Aaron Halterman, the Las Vegas Raiders, -2.5 in the Hall of Fame game against the Jacksonville Jaguars, and both teams new head coaches, both teams new offensive coordinators, and the over-under on the number of starters you see on the field, I think tonight is 3.5. So,
yeah.
It's
not great. It's not going to be a pretty game, but I do think the Raiders are going to win this one. Jacksonville, Somich was telling us, is keeping out 2 of their quarterbacks, and I've never really even heard of the one that's going to play or the other one that's going to play. I think the Raiders get it done. I think they get out to an early lead and hold off the Jaguars tonight. I'm just excited to watch football. I will definitely be watching this game. The Hall of Fame game kicks off the unofficial preseason kickoff, I guess you'd say. I guess it is the official preseason kickoff. Yep. And the unofficial start of football is what I meant to say. The Raiders are going to win this thing. Raiders -2.5. I'm excited. I'm basically just betting this game so I won't be bored as hell watching it. I'll have a little action and have a reason to watch all 4 quarters of it. You're right. It's probably going to be really boring after the first series or 2. You're not going to know many of those guys. That's all right. Football's back, and we're talking about NFL football, not your CFL stuff, Magic. So, I win the Raiders -2.5. I think they're going to play a few more of their normal guys than Jacksonville tonight. And the other reason was I really like Art Collector today, but he's going to fall below what we want. So I didn't want to do that. But we can talk about that one real quick. Art Collector goes in the Alley-Dar. He's got to beat Mass Parade, not a bad horse. He's got to be kind of a Chad Brown horse that's a little bit up and coming. What do you think of the Alley-Dar? I really think Art Collector is going to be tough, but what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, you have to respect that he won this race last year, and it's funny because it's a race that's restricted to horses that haven't won a graded stakes since last year, so it's a perfect spot for him to show. I'm with you. It's tough to pick around him, but I kind of looked at, I don't think he's going to win necessarily, but if you want a horse to play underneath at a price, I think the 2-Ball Harbor, now being with Todd Pletcher, this is an old battle horse that just always tries and tries, and when you put him in kind of like these lower stakes races where there are restrictions, he does tend to perk up a little bit. We haven't seen him since December, so maybe, third might be the best he does there. But whenever he shows up, I always like to try and figure out a way to can he fit into the equation there?
Yeah, I think Ball Harbor is one I put in like third for this race and played him in the try. You're right. I mean, this is kind of a hard knocker, and that's kind of what you're going to need underneath here. I really believe, Art Collector is just going to blaze. But if Mass Parade beats him, I wouldn't be completely shocked. But I really just believe it's going to be Art Collector, and then maybe we get Ball Harbor up for second and kind of round out a pretty decent exacta with the favorite winning. But listen, it's another good day at Saratoga. We had 5 on top winners for the site yesterday, so hopefully we can kind of build on that today and get 3, 4, 5 10 more, right? Let's go 10 for 10 today. That'd be great. So it would make up for my frustrations of being here. So
yeah, I just hope you do have a good day betting wise at Saratoga, because if you don't, it's you're not gonna be that fun to be around.
Well, listen, Kevin, it seems like Kevin engineered this internet system up here at Plattsburgh. Look, I would blame you, but I go to Starbucks and it's blazing fast. So
Kevin needs to go, and he clearly did a good job engineering overall, because Starbucks works. He needs to go engineer their houses now.
I've got one more house to try. All right. And if that one doesn't work, I literally am here for the duration of the trip. So I hope this last house I'm going to try works, because if it doesn't, I'm going to be sitting here for an hour and a half tonight, listening to Jared talk about Taba on Blinkers Off. I mean, I don't know if I can do it mentally, physically, emotionally. I don't think I can handle it, Magic. So
I think you should stay with the bad internet, because then you don't actually have to listen to it.
That's true. But for a second, he will quiet down, and then what do I've got to say something in return. So
speaking of, did you see he's 30-1 on the morning line for the Breeders' Cup Classic future bet?
Jared was saying he's going to win it and everything, and I think if I had to bet a 3-year-old, I probably would go with him. But I just don't know that any of the 3-year-olds are quite as good as some of these olders. But we'll see. Maybe the Whitney will suck, and maybe Flatline can't get the distance. All of a sudden, 30-1 is going to look good on him, Epicenter,
right?
Any of those horses.
Yeah, he and I were saying that too. It's like he's going to be probably 8-1, 10-1 if all of the big horses go to the Classic, even if he wins, the Pennsylvania Derby or whatever next out. But then you start going, well, who's going to make it? Like Country Grammar will go. Will Flightline go? I don't know. Will Olympiad? Olympiad hasn't had a break in a year, Aaron. Is he going to be able to make it for another 4 months here?
See, that's the thing. Like Saturday, right? Which, by the way, this is going to be awesome. Saturday. This Whitney, it's like Olympiad. He is in the greatest form ever, and he's going to finally, not finally, but he's going to beat Life is Good, and that's going to be amazing. Or is it like, God damn, how many times can this horse show up with an absolute great race before he kind of falters? He feels like he's already treading on that line in August. Now he has Bill Mott on his side, and he can hold their form, and so that he's got that going for him. But you're right, it's kind of hard to decipher what's going to happen. It's going to be really interesting. I hope I can find some internet Saturday to be on the show at noon at Saratoga before I go to the track. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how that shakes out. And you have the Life is Good situation. I know we'll talk about this more, but even if he wins the Whitney, he lost at 1.25 miles the first time he tried it. So it's interesting. I think we know Taba is not going to be distance limited, but
right.
Flightline, Life is Good, we're not sure.
Yeah. By the way, I love seeing this here. We got a head-to-head. Vashon is going head-to-head against Somich, his best bet. This is great. We'll see what happens. He's going with the number 7, who's got a big price there. Patty Gallagher horse, taking a class drop and switching over to dirt for the first time. So we'll see how that happens. Kevin asks, is Lava Man still, or is he with Hot Rod Charlie? I don't know if he traveled with him this time. I didn't hear. He didn't go to Monmouth.
Yeah, I bet he is. My guess would be yes, but I don't know the answer to that either. Maybe I'll do some reporting on that.
There you go. Hey, speaking of Saturday, I knew there was something I wanted to come back to. Saturday, Jared Welch and I will be doing a live show for Saratoga's Late Pick 4, starting a little bit before 5 p.m. Eastern. Aaron and Mike are going to be at the track, and so if someone finds good enough internet and they're sober enough to remember, hop on and you can come in with the live report. So we'll be having live on-track coverage of the Saratoga races, along with betting suggestions from Jared and I going through the wagering guide. We haven't done this in a little bit, so it's fun to get back into the groove. Saratoga's heating up, and we've got a lot of fun coming up this weekend, Aaron.
Well, there's no doubt I will be there trying. We'll see if the internet cooperates. It did for one race on a reaction last week. We'll see. That's exciting, though. Hopefully I can be in the paddock and kind of show the horses as they're getting saddled up and everything like Slim did. I'll give it my best shot. That's what I'm going to promise the Racing Dudes Nation. I'll give it my best shot, but we will see. We will see.
Where you got Vashon says one of the big horses go to the Classic. Going heartbreak. Can't share Mo Donegal yet. Davey didn't know Mo Donegal's going to be out until hopefully December. it seems like, with bone bruising. But hopefully we still see him come back. I'm not sure if we will. But on the Magic Mike show, we talked about Blinkers Off will be on today. Magic Mike show will be with a special guest. Mike Somich is out, so I'm going to have a special guest on. We are not doing the cross-country pick 5 because this week it's Saratoga and Meadowlands harness racing. No, I'm not touching that. I will do CFL games all day, but I will not touch Meadowlands harness racing. So we will be doing Saratoga's late pick 5. There's Matt Array is going to be in that race. We got the Whitney's the test stakes, the Whitney stakes, the Saratoga Derby. Saint Tappet is going to be back in that race. We haven't seen him since his debut, so that's going to be exciting. So yeah, a lot of fun. Tune into that at 5 Eastern, 2 Pacific. And then do you have a time for Blinkers Off yet?
I don't have a time, but thank God I'm not the special guest, because I wouldn't want to sit in this car for 3 hours instead of an hour and a half. So I appreciate you not asking me.
I got you. Don't worry about it. All right. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll be back. Remember, every Wednesday through Sunday, supposed to be at noon Eastern. We'll make sure we try and stick to that tomorrow. But thank you again for joining us. Take care, everybody. Good luck with your bets.
If you do not agree with this, you're cursed.